Hi everyone, I saw this really cool card going around the web and I'm going to show you how to do it today. I absolutely love this new stamp from Stampin' Up called Swallowtail, and I'm going to start this card off by stamping this one 3 times, and I'm going to use my 3 favourite colours, so that's Island Indigo, Real Red and Pumpkin Pie. So to stamp these ones off, I just start with the actual stamp itself and I press the pad over on the top of it. Just ink it up really well. I'm hoping there's going to be enough ink in this one actually. I use this pad quite a bit. So get as much ink as you can on there. And then once you're done, it's just a matter of holding it really carefully, positioning, and then pressing down and using a little bit of pressure toward the middle of your stamp and peel off, and you get a lovely butterfly impression. Okay, so I'll do that with the other 2 colours. Now the idea with this project is to have the 3 different colours and cut each one into thirds so that you'll have like an Island Indigo, Pumpkin Pie and then the Real Red at the other end. I'm only going to be using a smaller card size, so the size of my cards are A6. So the stamp itself is going to be probably just on the card or just over, so I am going to lose a little bit of that image as I cut. So I need to have 3 of those. And I do want to go slightly smaller than the card because I do want to mount each of the thirds onto the colour that it matches. Firstly, you take each piece and cut it at 1 7/8 and 4 inches long ways. You might notice that my colours will be off to the stamps because I had Pumpkin Pie, but I've had to use Raspberry Ripple and Pacific Point as I didn't have the other colours that I'd stamped the butterflies. Now to mark off the pieces to cut them, I suggest grabbing yourself a pen. I want to line up in the middle and I want to have this cut at 1 7/8. So I kind of just eyeball it so that I know that 1 7/8 is kind of there in the middle. And when I've got it, I just want to mark those 2 points, which will be my cutting points for that middle piece. Okay. That'll give me pretty much the middle square. The other thing that I want to do is to trim at the top. So again, I just do that by looking at it, and I'm going to take just the top part of the wing off. Okay. Now I can go ahead and cut along those lines and markings that I've made. The other side as well. And I can double check to make sure it is 1 7/8 using my ruler guide at the top. And then I want that at just under 4 inches, and that should give me a perfect line up inside my other squares. So for the other pieces, again, now that I've got those cut from the middle, I can just go over into 1 3/4. Trim, make sure it's lined up at 4, trim, I just want to go just under 4, sorry, trim, and again that'll give me to fit inside, and turning that upside down, coming back out at 1 3/4, trim, and then just under, so I think that would be 3 7/8 if I'm thinking my measurements, which is pretty good for me considering that I don't work with the imperial system over in Australia. Sorry, I just had to trim that one off. So they're all fitting inside those cut squares nicely. Now it's just a matter of assembling them up. Good thing about this project is that you end up with enough butterflies to make 3 of these cards, so if you're looking at trying to do something in bulk, it's a terrific way of doing it. So now that I've got those pieces lined up with my colours, I just need to stick and glue them on. and then think about a sentiment that I might want to put on the bottom. And that's the finished card with the attachment on the bottom.